evening, everybody. Welcome. It is Thursday night. Welcome to the Cantina Happy Hour. Pull up a stool and have a drink and let's talk some Star Wars. I am your host, David. With me, as always, is my co-host, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
Doing well. Getting ready for the big winter storm we're supposed to get this weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's cold here, but it's not winter storm cold. So,
might as well.
And when I say cold, it's like the 50s. So,
Oh,
yeah,
I would take that.
That's a heat wave for Debbie.
Yeah. Also with us tonight is Cam from Cam and Focus. How are you, sir?
I am doing good. How are you?
As well as I've spent most of the day at work having to remind myself that it was not Monday.
I did the same thing. I was talking to one of my patients today. I said, well, we just finished up with the surgery, and I said, yeah, we'll go ahead and get your sutures out in about 10 days. That'll put us at about next Thursday. And he said, that's a week from now.
That's 7 days.
And I had to think about it. I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
I got a show to do tonight. Crap.
Well, even if it was Monday, I still had a show, so I wasn't worried about that.
Right.
I was just more like, okay, long week of work. Here we go. All right. But I've always said if I ever had to work 4 10-hour days, I would want Wednesday off, because then it would be work 2 days, have a day off, work 2 days, have 2 days off, work 2 days, have a day off. It would break up the monotony. But that's just me. All right. Also with us tonight is Andrew, wearing a Star Wars shirt again today. How are you,
Yes.
Andrew?
I'm all ears.
Represent.
Means I
About time
hear
you
everything.
wore a Star Wars shirt on the Star Wars show.
Yep. Finally, my rotation, synced up. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm wearing a Star Wars short shirt too. It's the Force.
Debbie's wearing a Chewie shirt.
Hey,
Oh yeah, is it a picture of a
cold
cat?
here.
It's cold.
I gotta keep warm.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Debbie has a pass. Debbie wears a Star Wars shirt all the time and Marvel shirts on Monday. So
I sometimes
She's
wear
a loud
Marvel
one.
Star Wars shirts. Sometimes it syncs up. No.
Well, Andrew, we are in week 6 of Skeleton Crew and no flashback. Oh
I know.
My god.
Oh,
There
You know
it
what?
is.
I have been waiting all
I'm happy. I'm
week.
happy to be wrong, though. I'm happy to
I've
be
been
wrong.
waiting all week to say that.
Because it's not needed.
I didn't say it in the chat strictly because I wanted to save it for the show. That's all. And that's it for us tonight. We're done.
It's fine. I gotta go anyway.
Roll
So,
credits.
Oh, look, I'm getting a phone call. I gotta go.
Oh yes, I am available, George Lucas. I'll be right back, guys.
I'll be right back.
Dave Filoni, why the heck didn't you make it a flashback episode? We discussed this. Gosh, sorry.
You know what's going to be bad is that next week we'll turn it on and it will be a flashback, and I'm gonna be like, dang it.
You heard it here first, folks. I'm at episode 7, and then next week it is, and I'm at episode 8.
If 8's a
And-
flashback, then that's kind of dumb. But
And then
there's
I'm
gonna be
at
a
O
flashback
season
at
2.
some point in this season.
Yep. It'll connect with the opening scene.
okay,
There you go.
Yeah.
but
And then,
we
and then
are.
it's a flashback. It flashes all the way back to the Acolyte.
We are.
retcon it.
But
can't
we
connect
see
it.
how Jod is the blood relative of whatever one of those twins' names are. I honestly forget them at this point.
I like
OSHA.
Skeleton Crew until you said that. Gosh.
Yeah.
Silva.
Oh, that's why he can use the Force. He's a descendant of OSHA.
Oh gosh.
There was a post on one of the Facebook Star Wars sites that I follow, and Debbie, I'm going to let you chew into this person for a minute, just because I literally just saw this like 10 minutes before we went on, but I want to bring it up here because Debbie, I think you'll enjoy this. The post says, "So I'm starting to really get into the new Skeleton Crew, but I have one problem with it. Neil. First, they add an
I've seen that.
First, they add an elephant kid with an annoying voice. Then they start dressing him like Stewie. Pay close attention to his clothes after the first episode. He's very quickly becoming my new Jar Jar Binks, but not even as funny. The rest of the show is definitely good, but I can't stand that character." Now,
We can't stand your review.
some of the comments were, look, everyone is entitled to their wrong opinion. It's okay that you don't like the character, but be aware that we are pro Neil around these parts. He's like the Ewoks. Run, the commenters are coming. Bud came in hot without testing the waters first. You picked the fan favorite to pick on.
I wonder if he's related to Dana.
It must be. It's Dana's. It's his burner account.
I'd die for Neil. Fight me 1-on-1. Just quit, dude. Neil before Neil. Incredible story. Thank you for taking the time to tell us. He is pretty funny. Neil is the best character aside from 33. Take it back. Things like that. So Neil is no matter what the naysayers say.
I loved him in this episode, actually.
I think he's been great through the whole series. And again, I'm going to say this again. We got another amazing episode. By the way, Spencer's on. Hello, Spencer. How are you?
Hey, Spencer.
See, now I see why you have me down in this corner. When you bring up the comments, it blocks me out, and you're just like, yes, I don't have to look at this guy for a little bit.
I can move you over to the other corner if you want.
No.
No.
I like Andrew where he's at.
No, I'm good. Hashtag Neil Nation. All right, let's start it. Hashtag Neil Nation. Anyway, again, we're rolling into.
Hey, Baldo.
Everybody. I said this last week. Every episode has just been getting better and better. I think this one again has topped the previous. This is going to be with some of these series like Ahsoka. I have not rewatched yet. Andor I have not rewatched, but I plan on rewatching before season 2. What's the other one? Book of Boba Fett I have not rewatched. Mandalorian I've watched seasons 1 and 2 multiple times. This is going to be one of those ones where I'll watch. This will be at least once a year watch for me. This whole, unless they end it. If they end it bad, I'm going to be pissed. And I don't know how they're going to end it bad, but if it's.
Oh, we've been surprised before.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
But usually it's in the 3rd episode, so maybe we'll be all right. So, I don't know. And, honestly, the fact that this one is getting such glowing reviews from fans and critics, I'm wondering if we don't get a second season. It would not surprise me at all if we get a second season. And if we don't, again, I'm going to be mad. I think a lot of other people will be mad as well.
Unless they end the story in a way where it makes sense not to. It's the only reason.
But even still, I want to. I still want more. I mean, we've got 2 episodes left, and I already want more. So, yep, solid episode. Every episode's been a solid episode. And again, depends on viewership.
True. Yeah,
I'm gonna say because it's getting such high reviews, I would say the viewership is probably up. And honestly,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, to Spencer's point, I saw someone else saying that online. What a lot of people do that aren't like us, where they watch the weekly releases, is they see the 30-minute runtime and they just wait for all 8 episodes to be out and then they binge it. But by that point, they've already looked at the viewership for the weekly thing, and they're going to look at that and determine for a season 2, not okay, this many people watched after the season is over. So they should take into account
all of it.
Right. No, they
once
should.
The whole thing is dropped,
because
not just the weekly.
They should know there are a lot of people that prefer to binge once it's all dropped. So I think they're dumb not taking that into consideration. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
But let's get into this episode. We didn't have much of whatever his name is, Jude Law's character this episode. I mean, it was
God.
Jod.
Take your
But
pick of his
Silvo.
name,
But
Silvo.
Silvo.
God.
See, because and that's what was throwing me because and honestly, God, it was so good because I saw all of it. His they kept calling him Silvo in the when he was on trial or whatever. You know, the pirates took him. He he came out of the sewer covered in
And then he's
gold.
like, it's for you.
Well, then
It's me, get him.
then Urkel said, "Stop, we've got you now." Oh, there's a hole, and they tried to bribe Urkel. That's Urkel, by the way. That's Jaleel White. So he tried to bribe her. Look, there's a whole room down there, and it's all yours for the
Me,
taking.
get him.
Yeah, and
Did I do that?
Smee was worthless.
He barely got out of the hole and he got zapped.
Hey, I don't think he even got all the way out of the hole. I think he got about
He
halfway
didn't.
out.
He got about halfway.
Yeah.
And he was dressed to the nines in a bunch of gold and crap too. So that was, you know. But anyway, so he's on the trial, and again, you're dealing with pirates. I have read Treasure Island. I don't know how many times. I have watched every iteration of the movie that I could come across, up to and including Treasure Planet. And he is exactly like Long John Silver. He is spot on to the point of in Treasure Island, there were several points where the pirates were they were going to kill him. They were going to, we're going to kill you. We're going to take over the captaincy from you. We're doing something. And then he uses his silver tongue, pardon the pun. That's unintentional pun, but he uses his silver tongue to say, look, there's something better out there, but you got to trust me for just a little bit longer. You got to trust me and then once that trust runs out, then it's like, okay, you got to trust me just a little bit longer. You know, it's almost there. It's almost there. And then he does this exactly. And it was really, I mean, just, he said something like, just go ahead and kill me, 'cause I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm hungry and I don't want to do anything. But if you listen to me, Old Republic credits, where they make them, we'll never have to worry about money again. Just trust me just a little bit longer and we can get there. I know where Ad-Atten is and we can get there. So again, and they kept calling him Silvo too. And I was just like, it sounds like they're calling him Silver too, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So now he has the other pirate crew on his side heading for Ad-Atten because he's got the coordinates, even though he doesn't have the Onyx Sender. He doesn't have the ship. So again, that's about all we get out of him this episode. The rest of the episode focuses heavily on the kids, which again is fine because these kids
They're great.
They really are.
Tremendous.
I mean,
I don't think that's a big enough word. Tremendous. I have absolutely no complaints about these child actors. I think every one of them is going to go on and do something phenomenal.
By the way, let's get Bryce Dallas Howard to do a Star Wars movie.
Oh no! But we got to give the Acolyte director, because we got to have women at the helm of Star Wars. It's time we put women at the helm. Hello, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard's episode of Skeleton Crew was better than all the Acolyte.
See, not only she's done,
and she's done Mando.
Many of her episodes that she's done throughout all the series, or the TV shows have been great.
Yeah.
A lot of the episodes of Mando that she did are my favorite episodes of whatever season they're a part of.
I think she even did one or two episodes of Andor, didn't she?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Go Gadget Andrew.
All right, let me see.
Find it.
Pick it up, Andrew. Hurry.
I'm gonna do.
I want to say she did, and I might be wrong, but I'm sitting here thinking about it. And I'm like, what do you mean we need women at the helm? They're there.
Oh my god.
Hello. Exactly, Spencer. You are perfectly 100% a well-written story. A well-written story and some actors and actresses. I don't do they use that term anymore, actresses, or is it just everybody's an actor now?
I just say
I-
actor
I've
because
heard-
it's an umbrella
I've
term.
heard both ways.
Okay, so and
It looks like
actors
Tony Gilroy was the only director for Andor.
for Andor. Okay.
Okay, so
I stand corrected.
it was one consistent vision, so there's something to be said about that too.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He
What?
was the writer, but she wasn't one of the directors. But there were different directors for each episode. But he wrote all the episodes.
Gotcha.
He wrote all the episodes. All right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, a good story, and then the actors and the directors to put that story visually, make it an interesting story. And if you're going to put a song in it, make sure it's a good, catchy song.
And pirates sing songs, so it makes sense.
Just saying.
You know.
Just saying.
Quick, somebody make a sea shanty out of the power of
my gosh.
many.
No.
The power of one, the power of two. Power
There
of
once was a power that put
many.
to sea. No, it was more than three.
Yo ho ho and the power of one.
It wasn't one, it wasn't two, it was many. Oh Lord! All right, stop it.
That's our new theme song for the last 2 weeks. We each
Andrew,
have to
you
film
put
first.
dirty thoughts in my mind and take them out. Blame you. All right.
I love it here.
Calm down, Dave. Calm down. It's all right. All right. Good thoughts in, bad thoughts out. Good thoughts in, bad thoughts out. All right.
Woosah.
But then we get into the kids' stories, and we get a lot of good. Again, good stuff with the kids. We got
Some
a Goonies
decent development going on there.
We got a Goonies reference in case you didn't catch it, with them going down the water slides. Then yeah, they split up because what's her name wants to go up the hill and he wants to. What did they call him? They called him the
Trash crabs.
trash crab. The trash crabs. Home.
Yeah.
Follow.
I think they were
follow.
just repeating whatever he said.
I think they
Yeah.
were too.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't realize that, but
I mean,
Until
that's
they
what
start-
I do with my mom. So I mean, you know.
Until they started repeating food, and then I was like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
whoopsies.
Delicious.
But and then you get God, I can't even think of her name now. With the
KB.
glasses.
KB.
Yeah, she has this. I mean, we kind of get a little more into her, like what's wrong. Not
What happened? Why she's the
what
way
happened.
she is.
Yeah, why is she the way she is?
Yeah, why she has to wear the visor.
And she's like the Boba Fett people. She's the mechanically enhanced.
Mm-hmm. And we don't even get the full story, just enough to.
And that is
Explain.
great. I am so
Yeah.
happy about that because one of my main criticisms of the Acolyte is the script. You know, in the very first episode, whenever Jord or whatever his name is meets
Sure.
Osha on that freighter ship, and he just tells her entire backstory. It's like, I know you lost your mothers and your village was burned down and blah blah blah. It's like you're telling her backstory to the one person who doesn't need to hear it.
Yeah,
Right.
So,
And you're
so-
just info dumping at that point.
Yeah,
exposition.
could you
Captain
imagine?
Exposition.
Like how much more impactful would it have been if he had just said, I know you've been through a lot, but blah blah blah, and then we find out later what that a lot is.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
could have been a
well-
flashback episode.
Ugh!
No flashbacks.
But
You-
now with KB, she has a problem. It's hinted at. We don't know why, and the aspects of that problem that she has become relevant when it becomes relevant to the plot. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we don't know the extent of her augmentation until he reaches into her head.
Yeah, and pulls the thing out. And too, something else too. It honestly, for me, it makes me care for the character more because instead of, okay, you've told me her whole backstory, I'm good with this character now. I know what's happened to her. I know what her motivations are. I know everything about her, and I'm done with it. But when you just kind of hint at it, now it's like, I want to keep up with this character because now I want to know more. I want to know more and more and more and more and more. I want to keep stacking on all of that. And when you say, I know what you've been through, like you said in the first episode, then you have two flashback episodes in a series that tell the story. It's like, all right, I don't care anymore. You know, I'm just I'm done. You know, whatever. It is what it is. So,
well, and when KB did the thing on her head to open up the back, I went, replicant, get her.
oh,
Harrison Ford. There's a Nexus 7 right here.
I think this is Spencer. I think this has kind of been true for everybody. First Star Wars series going into that I didn't have any excitement for, but I've been very surprised with it. I think that's a lot of the take on a lot of people, and I think a lot of that had to do with Acolyte, Book of Boba Fett, maybe season 3 of Mando to some degree, because I know a lot of people were disappointed with season 3, but I mean, I wasn't. I liked it. Whatever.
Well, yeah, it wasn't the same quality as the first two, but I still liked it.
But again, I think
Bad Batch or Mando.
I think it was, huh?
Do you say for Bad Batch or Mando?
No, Mando.
Oh yeah.
The final season of Mando. But again, it's the first season of Bad Batch. Was it the first 2 seasons where they're just kind of running mercenary missions for what's her name?
Yeah, but first 2 seasons were kind of rocky, but then the third season really hammered in. Hey, we actually have a story. This is why it's important. And I was like, okay, I'm on board now. It took 2 seasons to get me there, but I'm on board now. Mando season 3 was solid until the finale. What was the finale of Mando season 3? I honestly don't remember.
He went back to. Funny enough, I watched it like right after I watched this episode of Skeleton Crew. Was the season 3 finale of Mando. It was him, and they had the fight with Gideon. They crashed the big ship into the base on Mandalore. He went back to Grief Karga, and him and Grogu lived on a farm outside of it.
And it kind of felt like a complete ending at that point.
Yeah,
they ended it like Looney Tunes, where they just a little circle. Grogu goes, "That's all, folks."
That's all, folks.
So, but anyway, but yeah, we get a lot of development from the kids. You get her walking him through how to repair her. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no clue.
And the way she used that expired fuse to make a mold in the sand, I was like, that's freaking genius.
Exactly. But I have my problems with it. Maybe it's better on a binge, but we'll see. Likely won't revisit it until prepping for the movie. I'm guessing
what's that? Mando season 3?
Mando 3, probably. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
you haven't heard of the Skeleton Crew movie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's called Pirates of the Caribbean.
But anyway, he makes the thing, and then you've got Neil climbing the rocks. They're trying to get back to the ship. The other 2 are following the trash crabs to the thing. You've got the 2 girls that get in a fight with each other because Pirates of the Caribbean in space. That's called Treasure Planets or Treasure Planet. Go watch that one. That one's good. But the 2 girls get into it because you've got the one that's she's
handicapped, I guess.
Well, no, I wasn't thinking of her. It was the other one. She's kind of the bossy,
Burn.
I'm in charge here. This is my show. this life is my story, and I'm the main character in it.
And you guys are all just side characters.
Yeah. And then she's trying to tell her too, hey, I don't want to she's a friend of mine. She's my friend. Nobody's liked me since my accident, and I don't want to upset her. I don't want to lose my friend, basically. And that's why I haven't said anything to her. It's like she knows I can't do some things. There are some things that I cannot do. And she's afraid to tell her because she's afraid she'll lose her friend. And then you've got well, Neil and I can be your friend. And I was like, oh. I mean, that was very after school special, but still it was delivered well.
It's kids.
It's kids. The line was delivered well. It was delivered like a kid would say it. And her reaction was just like a kid would do it. It was, God, it's beautiful. These kids are great. Filoni, I don't even know who your casting director is, but they did an amazing job. I'll have to look at that when I watch the credits next time.
I'll check.
Oh, geez.
I'm your credits.
Here we go. But again, you've got the two boys, and they're kind of being the voice of reason between the two girls of, well, maybe you should just tell her, and I'm not as strong. Not everybody is as strong as you are, that kind of thing. So these kids need to go places. Better actors than everyone in the Acolyte.
I disagree to an extent. I do think that Lee Jong-jae is a great actor, and I do like Manny Jacinto as Chimera.
And he was naked too. Debbie liked that.
Debbie wanted to go swimming.
No, see, what Debbie needs to do is just take a cardboard cutout of that character naked, take off the head, and replace it with Harrison Ford's head. There you go.
Oh.
Anyway,
Debbie's envisioning that like,
No,
all I need is a cutout of Harrison Ford.
1982
is Indiana Temple of Doom.
with the sleeveless shirt and
hell yes, because he's
special emphasis on the whip.
You're making Andrew turn red, sir. Look at him, he's flushing.
I'm not turning red. I've just got rosacea.
Yep, there you go. I was in the sun all day.
Too much flush this morning.
It's the way the light's hitting me. It's
because you see, if I do,
the comment was mostly a joke, but yes, those two actors were the highlights of Acolyte. Yes. So,
Lordy.
But anyway, all joking aside,
they finally meet the giant trash crab.
Yeah. And again, I was watching this, and they're being thrown into the fire. They've got the ship back, and they all kind of know what to do, and they all kind of step into their roles. You fly the ship. Well, what? I only flew it once. And what's his name runs upstairs to the gun turret, and she's going to go jumpstart the thing. And,
now they're acting like a crew.
They're acting like a crew. They're acting like a crew, and she's running stuff, and everything is... Hey. They're doing exactly what they need to do. And again, it's being sucked into this fire pit. And the only thing I could think, and I almost cried because I hate this movie. No, I love this movie to death. It's probably one of my favorites, but Toy Story 3. That's all I could think of was Toy Story 3 when they're all
hands in the furnace.
I don't know what got me most about that. The fact that they were all holding hands as they were spilling into the forest, or the fact that Andy gave his toys away at the end. That's what was sad to me. It was like, you gave your toys away. Don't give your toys away.
into a girl. Come on.
Girls have cooties.
Exactly.
So, but again, they do exactly what they need. They push the forbidden button. What was the? I keep wanting to say Death Blossom, but that was that other movie we watched.
Demolition something.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Demolition something. Yeah.
Demolition, yeah.
It was
Blossom
called the
was-
Demolition something. Yes,
Death Blossom,
Yeah.
Death Blossom was Last Starfighter, but and I just watched that recently because it's a great movie, and for some other reason, I don't quite remember what though.
Yeah, I watched it recently for like random. I just
You
turned
guys
it on.
watched it?
Heck yeah.
What's the last Starfighter? I've never even heard of that.
I just read the Cliff Notes.
Of course you did.
I watched the trailer and put 2 and 2 together.
But anyway, but they get out of it and they fly off, and their ship is now new and sleek, and that means Lego's going to have to make another Lego set because
The ship shed its skin.
yeah, that's
I know.
I think that was kind of the point. I think it was called I think it was
Demolition Self or something.
Demolition
like that.
Skin or something like that. Because I think it had skin in the title. So, yeah, it molted and became a sleek, fast.
I was
All
getting
I
all the
get-
Christmas weight off.
Well, all I could think was Dark Knight when the tumbler's about to explode and he changes into
Comes out with the
the
bat
motorcycle.
bike.
Mhm.
I bought one of the Batmobiles actually.
Which one?
The one from the Dark Knight. They had 10 of them that they were selling.
Oh, okay.
This one?
It was only 3 million, but no, like they used it in the movie. It was only
Oh,
3 million. So it
Only?
was-
Is that all?
yeah,
Oh,
just chump
Pocket
change.
change, man. Pocket change.
yeah.
I make that on a weekend, so you know.
Oh yeah, is your OnlyFans that popular?
Now he
Yep.
dances at the club. Make him blush again. It's one of those good clubs.
Andrew, I think you should replace the lights in your room with red LEDs so that way it's not so noticeable.
Yep. Or I could just do this. I'm too lazy.
Oh,
Damn, all that build up for nothing.
no, I love you.
There you go.
Just,
Yeah,
just
that's
shine your
worse.
light right into the camera so no one can see you.
Well,
Yeah, see, there you go. Perfect mask right there.
there you go. Yeah. So, and then
Or
they
I
fly
could
off.
just do this.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah. But they fly off into the sunset, and KB knows where Adatin is, and they know how to fly the ship, and they've got 2 episodes left.
Oh, how do they know how to fly a ship? Ah, Mary Sue's.
No, what was it?
Right. How did KB remember all the combinations?
No, well, think about it. Let's think about this for just a minute, because she obviously has implants of some kind, and
Probably like a photographic memory.
well, and
Yeah.
she's very calculating too. She reminds me a lot of Data from Next Generation. Data.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Data from the Goonies.
Oh, no. No.
I'm so sorry. Well, when you said Data from Star Trek, it completely threw me for a loop, and it changed everything I was thinking up to that point.
Maybe that's for the better.
Can't say I remember no Adatin. Yes,
Mint.
It's the Mint. It's the Old Republic. It's one of the 6 Old Republic mints. The only one that is still functioning. Only one of the 6 is still functioning
And still making them
and still making Old Republic credits.
credits.
You know,
So-
one line I loved in this episode is after when Neil and Fern are swooping in on that thing that's holding the ship, and then they pick up KB and Wim, and then after they crash and they fall, and Neil says, "We've gotten pretty good at falling."
Well, I was looking at it too. I'm like, why didn't they just shove the ship off the mountain? Why did they have to like pick it up and then carry it down there? I was like, it's trash. It's going to the bottom of the trash heap. Just throw it off the mountain. It's fine.
Well, because it might break stuff on the way down.
Because we got to have the story happen. Because the story needs to happen. That's why.
It's how it was written.
It's not the falling that breaks it; it's the landing.
This isn't flying. This is falling with style.
With style. There's another Toy Story reference. Stop it.
To infinity and beyond.
Yep. So anyway, so we've got 2 episodes left to get back to AT-AT, and I honestly, I don't know. I'd really like this to kind of be a Lost in Space kind of scenario, to where we don't ever really know where we're going, and then we're just having adventures every season.
Season 5, they're still trying to get home. You know,
How many seasons was Gilligan stuck on that island?
3 years
They could
or 3 seasons.
They could build radios out of coconuts, but they couldn't repair the stupid boat. Seriously?
That was prime TV back then. You didn't have to think too much about it.
Anyway, so final thoughts on this episode. Debbie, what you got?
I'm going to go back to the mother crab because I watched something on, I believe it was on TikTok. I think it was Spencer mentioned earlier about it. It wasn't CGI. It was a stop motion. They actually created that. And they actually put in little action figures of like R2-D2, the Millennium Falcon. They had CP3O, they had K2SO, just like body parts, and they were showing them on the crab, which I thought was hilarious.
See, look at this, right on. I've been saying it the whole time. Reminds me of Treasure Island. Called it.
Never watched it.
Skeleton Crew. Oh, go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's worth it. So good.
I'm going to watch Pirates. It'll be Caribbean.
Pitched as a movie, so I'm expecting the complete story from the last 2. So, I hope not. I like that.
I can't wait to see what kind of cliffhanger episode 7 leaves us on, because that's how they always do it.
Well, they're both.
Wait, I need to say it so that it won't happen.
Both crews. We've got 7, so we got 2 episodes left, and both crews right now have a ship, and both know where AT-AT is, and both are heading that way. So I'm gonna assume the last one is a showdown with the pirates at or around AT-AT. But what's the one in the middle? What's that 7th episode? Or do we get the showdown with the pirates, and then we get back to moms and dads are like, now we need to figure out what's going. What it was the supervisor. We need to find out was it the supervisor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need to find out what's going on with that mess too.
Well, I mean, with this one being pretty much centered around the kids, I would think we'd get more on the pirates and maybe not so much a flashback, but maybe, somebody, or maybe Jod does it himself, tells his backstory.
Well, and I think we kind of got a taste of it at the first, because remember the first episode, and it was like, okay, who knows that guy in the mask is Jod? Yeah, we got that. That was pretty obvious. So maybe it's gonna tell, his backstory, how he. I don't know. I hope not, because like I said, I'm really not anxious for a flashback, but.
Well, I'm thinking that episode 8 is going to start with a flashback, and it's going to take up about 2/3 of the episode, and just the last 15 minutes is the final battle.
Actually, no. Here's what it is. I'm gonna call it now. So I'm gonna go flashback for like the first third, and then the last 2/3 are going to be a story involving Din Djarin and Din Grogu. And then the last episode will be him showing up to help them fight the pirates at Adat. It won't have the skeleton crew in it at all.
They'll cameo in their own show.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are speculating, and I haven't really watched what they're actually saying, but I know a lot of people saying that there'll be there's connections with Ahsoka in this series, which I don't know what it is, but
I haven't noticed anything.
I mean, we've seen places we've never heard of, so maybe depending on what side of the galaxy they're on, maybe they're close to whatever planet she's on. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched the series or watched those theories because it's like, well, if there is, I really don't want to know about it right now.
But that's a stretch because there hasn't been any kind of hint. The only thing that's really even remotely hinted at it is the fact that they are a group of people that still believe the old Republic that the Republic is in charge, and they believe in Jedi Knights, and that's as close a tie as I can come to Ahsoka showing up. But I mean, unless it's one of those ones where, when she left the Jedi Order, she found the planet. I don't know. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see.
See, look at us. We're falling into the trap of trying to figure out what it connects to. It's like we can't just enjoy a story for being its own story. No, it has to be.
Hey, that's you guys. That's you guys. I'm just sitting here. I'm enjoying the skeleton crew.
I'm anxiously awaiting. Using the same type of aliens and whatnot, it feels a lot like Star Wars. So whether it's right around the corner from where the Mandalorian is right now, or he's on the other side of the galaxy and it has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on in the Mando universe, I don't care. I'm good with it. So just let the story play out and let them surprise me. So it's to me, it's almost like it's been good enough. You don't really need oh, look, here's a surprise Yoda cameo at the end of it. You don't need that. You don't need to tie it to the rest of the galaxy. It's fine the way it is. It's fine.
Yep.
Hondo. Now, if you bring Hondo in,
that'd be acceptable because he's a pirate.
He's a pirate. It makes sense.
He's the pirate. Now, just wait. After the end credits roll at the end of episode 8, we'll hear Palpatine. Ha 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 ha.
And then the kids will return, or the skeleton.
Yeah, the skeleton will return.
Yeah. They'll try to structure it like the MCU. Like the next show is going to be just about Wim. The next show is going to be just about KB. The next show is going to be just about Jod.
And they'll all be flashback episodes. It'll all be like
all of these for 12-year-olds.
All of the series will be, prior to them becoming the skeleton crew. Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that just what the last 6 episodes have been?
No, it'll be like prior to this.
Well, we'll see Wim doing homework, an entire episode of homework.
Oh gosh,
him coming out and fake lightsaber fighting Neil.
That was cute. That was
adorable.
So cute.
And you know what? I did the same thing with it was acceptable when we were kids, 6, 7, 8 years old, to run out and not sword fight, but lightsaber fight. And you always grabbed sticks. You always went, you always made the noise.
I do that now with sticks, I find.
And it's but it was popular then because the movies were popular.
I still use the Force to open automatic doors.
Oh, I do every day.
Same.
Oh, and I'm walking to Walmart.
I do that too. People will go.
Always a pleasure to meet a Jedi.
Don't you judge me. Leave me alone. Debbie, did we miss anything in this episode that you wanted? I'm gonna have to go back and watch the crab again because now I want to see. Oh, they did find another. It wasn't Smee. It wasn't
Right.
SM-33. They saw another droid like him.
Mhm.
In fact, it even had that rat living in its eye.
That
down
was a
in the-
crab.
Or a crab, I'm sorry. Down in the junk planet. So
They did?
Yeah.
I must have missed
Yeah.
that. Oh.
You did not watch the crab out of this episode.
he said God, that was horrible. Well, that's what spurred him. Do you think SM-33 is okay?
man.
Yeah, or do you think 33 is okay? Because they just call him 33.
Yeah.
They're not sophisticated like us and call him Smee. Like we know where that comes from.
Every time I think of Smee, all I can think of is the end of Peter Pan, where the crocodile sends Captain Hook skipping across the ocean. You just hear Smee.
You know what? I think of Bob Hoskins because he played him in Hook.
Yep.
And they roll out the red carpet for Captain Hook, and he stomps the floor, and the tiles on the stairs fall down and make the red carpet. Smee, what are you doing? Just carrying around some of your valuables, sir.
Dustin Hoffman.
Smee, don't just stand there. Do something. I'm committing suicide. Oh, you can't say that on.
Demonetized.
Well,
Ooh.
we just got blocked.
That was a movie quote. You can't block me for quoting a movie.
Hey, that's how I get away with quotes. I say, "Mom, it's a movie quote. All right, it's not my words. I'm just a messenger."
I'm just.
I didn't really eat his liver with fava beans and an iced Chianti.
All right. Anything else? Did we miss anything?
Mm-mm.
Great episode. Fantastic. Can't wait for the last 2 episodes. It's going to be amazing. It has to be amazing. This whole season's been amazing so far. So these last 2 episodes had better be amazing. So, shameless plugs. What do we got tonight, Debbie?
Let's see.
Well, it's
Friday.
Thursday. It's Thursday. Don't forget.
I know. I was so screwed up today. I was just like,
gotta recalibrate.
Well, I've been off for basically 2 weeks, and none of those days I knew what day it was.
He woke up in the morning and he was getting messages. Hey, get online. It's time for what? It's Thursday? Oh, man.
I worked today, but I was just like, I don't even know what day it is. But anyways, Friday, I have not heard anything about Federation Friday, so I don't know if we're doing that. There are some past episodes of Snack.
Amay.
Snack-a-may.
I will never get that.
Say
never.
snack. Amay.
It doesn't flow for me in my old brain. Saturday, Geek Gauntlet will be back. Sunday.
Yay.
Oh, I'll skip Sunday and let Kim do that one. Monday, we will be back with Daredevil episode 4?
4, I think.
5?
I can tell you in a minute.
I think it's 4.
Okay. Tuesday, I believe the Seth Dominion will be back, and I think now they're 2 weeks behind on Skeleton Crew.
Oh, well, because they took a week off.
2 weeks.
They took 2 weeks off. Oh, horrible. Yes, we are on episode 4 of season 3 of Daredevil.
Okay. And I believe War of the Stars will be back Wednesday. I'm pretty sure they'll be dropping a episode next Wednesday, and then we'll be back Thursday for episode 7 of Skeleton.
Can't wait. And Cam, what have you got? That I don't know.
So this coming Sunday is going to be the next episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. We're going to be covering the first 3 DreamWorks animated films, which are Prince of Egypt, Ants, and The Road to El Dorado. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Last week we discussed The Last Starfighter. God, what a terrible movie. Even on my phone, I saw that death glare.
He was trying to bait me. That's all.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you're still alive. He probably reached through that screen and
strangle me like Homer Simpson strangling Bart. Why, you little? But yes, that's going to be next Sunday on my Cam and Focus channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's going to be every week moving forward. We are doing 3 movies this coming Sunday. It was a suggestion of one of the people that we stream with, and I figured, you know what, let's try and condense it all into one episode, so that way we're not having to split it up into 3, because I have a hell of a list here. So
you got some good.
Yeah,
ones,
but
though.
we could still be doing this when we're all 80 and 90 years old. We'll never run out of movies
until you're 90.
let's say that's not going to be too long for me. So. Better do all the ones I like first.
Okay, so we're going to schedule the Harrison Ford movies for 2040.
20,
which is in like 2 years at this point. So.
Oh God,
yeah,
don't say that.
I'll be dead by then.
I'm still stuck thinking that the 80s were 20 years ago.
Nope. That's old.
Shut up.
I don't even want to hear it. That's back in the 1900s. Andrew, do you have anything shameless plug wise?
Nope.
Andrew is very boring.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Cam already said what mine would be.
I was going to say, Andrew's going to be on like everything that's been mentioned, so it doesn't matter. He's just going to be there.
I'm just there. So you have
As
a show,
spectator,
I'm there.
You might see him in the chat.
Right.
Unless
long time viewer, first time commenter.
Unless he doesn't watch episode 4 of Daredevil, because he has been known to do that. I think you've missed the first 3 episodes of this season for Daredevil.
Sorry, what? Yeah, now's a good time.
Yeah, it's just been me and Dave holding down the fort.
I only missed Craven because I couldn't see it that day, but that's not.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
missed
too
Craven
worried.
too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But I did What If,
Mm.
which,
Wow.
it's all right.
Slack.
It's a new year, new me.
Slacking.
New
All
year,
right.
same me.
Yeah, New Year, same Andrew. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. So you guys all have a great, great, great rest of your week. Don't forget that tonight is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, and then Saturday. So everybody get back on your schedules and have a great rest of your week. We will see all of you next
Long and prosper.
Thursday on the Cantina Happy Hour. May the force be with you all.
That's him. He's the one who destroyed Khan.
You call Han Solo a bitch, man.
Han Solo is a bitch. No one calls Han Solo a bitch.